Kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel and thank you for joining me, Taurus. So first of all, as always, I'm going to say thank you to everybody for your likes, shares, comments, follows, all those things, and subscriptions as well. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'm going to take this opportunity to invite you to do that now or at the end of the video. The other thing is I want to say is just a general a reminder about that these readings are general, the messages that come through. So that it may or may not resonate with you. So like as always, just take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. If you are unsure, check out one of your other signs. So this is for a Taurus in Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus. That may be in your chart. Like I say, there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a website that has a free calculator on there, and it will work it out for you. So then you can have a check on there and see what your other signs are, and maybe just see what else is going on in other areas of your life, or maybe able to confirm what is going on or whatever, or give you a fuller reading if this one doesn't quite resonate with you. So and if it doesn't fully resonate with you at all, then obviously you don't have to take it on board, because sometimes these may be more of a forecast for you if you don't understand it, but I totally get it. There are others of you out there where it's just like, no, this is not for me, and I know that for me as well, with certain other tarot readers and mediums that do this sort of thing as well. Some do resonate and others do not. Okay, so let's just go with the flow. It's called free will and choice, which is the gifts that we have and we can make use of. Okay, awesome. So the other thing is, where are we going? That one just like flew by. So you may be thinking or feeling that something is just like flying by. So something may be just flying by. It's like, where the hell did this year just go? And where it's like, even though there's been a lot of things that are happening, but it's like, okay, but it's kind of like in some ways time has stood still, and then it's like amped up, but it's not really. It's just like trucked along, muddled along in a way, but it just feels like all of a sudden Christmas is here, or something has arrived, and not necessarily Christmas. So I thought I was going to use the Starman Tarot deck, but I've just been like put that down and started shuffling the Voyager one. So this is a new deck for me, and they have a slightly different layout as far as the cards go. When I say layout, way and how this deck goes, still has the 78 cards in there, but they have a different way of describing them. So we'll see what comes out. So I may actually go to the book so I can figure out, because some of them, like the swords, is something completely different. They call it something else. So and I do have some notes somewhere, but I've put them aside and I haven't got there yet. So we'll see what comes out, and I'll just intuitively read what is through here. So, okay, so what have we got for Taurus? Spirit, what have you got, Taurus? What have you got to say to your amazing Taurians? Okay, so we have the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups I've got in here is like as fear. So it can be like fear as well. Fear of moving forward, fear of moving for some of you, or creating, moving forward in the sense, because I see like in other decks that I've worked with, it's the Seven of Cups can be also around, a fear of like creating, dreaming big, to moving forward, and this is all emotional stuff, because this is the Cups. So it's like getting, and exploring your creativity, listening to your intuition, because your intuition is like really, really quite strong. Okay. So there's something about the fear in there. This next one is stagnation. So you may be in the Eight of Cups saying, oh God. So there may be a feeling of like a bit of stagnation in putting yourself and moving forward. It's maybe like for some of you, maybe you've started something and it's like or you're in a situation where you don't want to be. So I'm going with, okay, there's a few scenarios going on there. It's like there's something that you're feeling like emotionally stuck or stagnated in, and I do feel like there's something to do with the dreams and the moving forward and being in your imagination of about where it is that you want to go in life. It's like, just, you know, feel the love and do it anyway. And sometimes I'm feeling but it's kind of, it's a little bit of stagnancy, but that's going to shift. Okay, this is kind of like, you know, sometimes things aren't going to happen overnight, and I feel like for a good portion of here you get that, but it's like there's a little bit more work to do. So that could be like there's to do with a relationship. It could be to do with something to do with a business that you've started, or you've got a business where things are changing, and because of with what has been happening this year with many of us, with all of us, in some way or form, it may be for you that your business isn't kind of like rolling in the way that you had hoped it was going to be, and maybe it was before, but it's like you may be being pulled back. So have a look about what was going on with you in your life. I feel like you may have been overspending in some ways, and you may not be seeing it as overspending, but I feel like it's kind of like, for a lot of us, made us like pull the purse strings a little bit tighter and do a reevaluation or an evaluation or assessment or reassessment, is, you know, of where our money is going. Okay, and how much money do we actually, do we spend on this or that, and so there's been, for that, I kind of feel like that. So it's, and maybe some of you haven't like taken that into account, or some of you maybe have taken that into account, or a good portion of you have, but it's maybe still not working in the way that you want to. But it's like, what I'm hearing is, don't give up on your dream, or the dreams. It's maybe it's just like some of the dreams that you had before. It's about looking at them in a different way. So there may be some symbolistic way of looking at it. Gosh. It's kind of but things are starting to move. It's just for now, and it may be like some of you, I feel like this may be in the now, but things are moving. Okay, so some of you, it may be more that this is where you've come from, and it's like things are starting to move. So because we have the Nine of Worlds, and I think that the Worlds in this one is to do with the swords. I'll just double check on that, because I don't want to. Because I feel like I want to make sure, for me as well as for you, that I'm on the right track. But like I say, this is more of an intuitive one when I go there, but it's like there's something, because when I say world, I'm looking at the bigger map, the Nine of Worlds, so something is like, and it's harvesting. Okay. Because there's a sense of like, there's 2 or 3 things I'm getting with this card, and it's something about the Pentacles too as well. So there's something that is like coming, like you're able to, oh gosh, where are they going? You're starting to bring something together, and I just wonder, like, oh, this is like really. Like I say, this is a very different one, and I've forgotten completely because I don't often use this, but as I picked up that deck first, and it's like, well, I need to like continue with it now with the Nine of Worlds. So just give me a moment, and I'll keep chatting along the way as we go. So it's like there is something shifting, and like the 9 for me is like a completion of a cycle. And with the numerology and how it works for me. And so there is something where you are sorting out, you've sorted out basically, and it's coming to an end. So that something is more coming to a, to a place where you are feeling more satisfied, where you can move into a, where are they going? Okay. Okay, so they've got this. I'm just trying to think now because it's like, so the cups is there. I think it's the Pentacles actually, because that's the way how I feel like I want to read it, is with the Pentacles. So, okay. It's just that they got this round another way, so I don't know why they felt. I think there's sometimes they, yeah, I want to read it as the Nine of Pentacles actually. Because for me, there's something that's coming to fruition, because harvesting is like something is like it's the end of a cycle, like the fruit trees, and so the fruit is growing, the trees, you know, and the vegetables. So there is something that's near the end of the cycle, or it's come to fruition basically. So I want to stay with it. But then the Nine of Swords comes up as well, which is why I want to check, because the Nine of Crystals in there. So this Nine of, I keep wanting to talk about the Nine of Swords as well. So in that sense, it's kind of connected with that, in the sense that there's it's cut through. There's a lot of stuff that's you've cut out of your mind. That's like you've had a shift in the way that you're thinking, because that is what the where they're talking about. That's what the thoughts, the Swords is all about, is the thoughts and the words and actions that you take from them, and the life challenge that are there. So it's about making decisions as well. So there's something about asserting your power and making decisions. So the asserting your power is about, I feel like for a lot of you, it's about doing that to you, and stepping into empowering yourself. And being honest, and and like it's like keeping yourself, giving yourself a kick up the backside in a way, but in a way that says that it's going to move you. So this is about you in the Nine of Worlds. So something, and you've done that. You've like pushed in yourself, and challenged yourself to get to this point. So what I'm hearing is, okay, it hasn't happened overnight, but there's something about, something coming to fruition. There may be a little bit of a fear for some of you, or a lack of faith with something that's happening around at the moment. But it's like it's shifting, and there may be a little bit stagnant, but things are going to pick up, because that card fell out and it really wanted to come out. But because this is a new way of doing, this is a brand new deck for me, I kind of feel like this is, and it's a deck that's been around not for a long time, but they've shifted the energy and the way behind the messages, and the way from the old school, the original type of seen with the tarot. And I'm not saying that there's something wrong with that, but there's nothing wrong. It's just an interpretation of, and how one person perception and how one person sees it to another. But I really like these ones as well. So it's about bringing in the old, or blending what was old, but also allowing the new to come through as well. So the Seven of Cups is like, there's maybe some of your dreams have changed because of the way things are, and not feeling anchored, because I'm just saying, or bound by them as well. Okay. And then we have the Five of Worlds again, which is the Pentacles, which is there may be a setback. And usually in other decks, the Five of Pentacles is like there's a little bit of frustration or struggle and frustration with things. So it could be around about having that loss of, or that lack of faith in yourself and what is going on around you. But there's, so there may be a little bit of struggle and frustration in that sense, and financially wise, or looking at things. So it's just a setback, but it's not, once again, because it's come under that Seven of Cups there. It's just a setback, that's all. So don't turn it around and make it anything worse than what it is. So then we have the Surfer, who is the Man of Cups, and I kind of feel like he's like the in this one, the Knight of Cups in here. So because I'm looking at the horse, so the horse down there, and it's like, in the Knight of Cups, it's like comes through with this energy quite and disrupts everything. And so there's this lover energy that he brings in as well. So some of you, there may be a new love that's coming through. For some of you, it may be there's something that sparks up already in your relationship. But for some reason, there maybe I'm also seeing that he comes in like that something's like you see the setback and you sort it out and you figure it out, and it's not really, it's like there's a shift in the energy where something happens where you're able to like just like have this new sense of love or a new sense of passion, because the surfer, the Knight of Cups, or this in this case the surfer, he comes in with this energy, like just zoom, comes in and things start to move again. So you will shift your energy again with that. It's just and there's a the Cups is about emotions. It's also like I say, in that creativity, it's about you getting creative about it, but also and be creative about your relationship with money as well. So because that's what that's what the Cups is all about. It's being it's about the emotional connection, relationships, and your emotional connections, or our emotional connections with ourselves and with others. So I'm going to take this one here too, because it's the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of the Wands is about, motivation and passion. So this kind of makes sense. So it's like this energy comes in or sweeps in, or somebody you know or somebody you see comes in and just gives you that, says a few things, has the right motivation or words to help you to lift your momentum, or, get your momentum moving again. Either a little bit quicker, a little bit timelier, or just lifting your spirits. So the Ace of Wands comes in and that makes sense now, because I'm looking at the word up there. It's like illumination. So there's something or someone, this lover energy, or this energy, Knight of Wands comes in, but he comes in with this energy of like to allow you to like that, okay, there's this setback is there. And just to lighten the energy, to bring about a little bit more faith, and that lift your energy, and that so it shifts your energy. It's like, don't overthink it. It's like what he's saying. It's like, yes, and not suppressing the emotions, but it's like it's kind of like shifting the thoughts. So you shift your feeling, okay, about what's going on. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So there's something about some new ideas, a new way of doing things, and that. So an idea is something, is illuminated basically, and you're able to get moving again, or able to take an old idea, which is a new idea coming in, a new idea that's coming in, or an idea of how you can keep this momentum going. Okay. Wow. That's pretty cool. And okay, we'll see what these two have there. So the Six of Crystals, which is the Six of Wands, the Six of Swords. Yeah, which brings about, so there may be a little bit of confusion as well. So there's a lot of toing and froing up and down. So about what, where, what is going on after, or what just happened now. So after the Five of Swords, so there may have been something where it's like, well, yeah, like I'm just hearing what just happened then, but I'm just feeling not getting in your head too much about it, okay? So, and sometimes something happens and you think, wow, where the fuck did that come from? Or how did, or why or when? But it's like, just take it, just take it like at face value, and just like, watch this space. It's not getting too caught up in your head about it and thinking that's not, that it's this and it's not that, and building all these stories and speculating and that sort of thing is where I'm going. So it's just seeing what unfolds, okay? And then we have the Two of Wands, which is something that talks about purity in this deck. So it talks about what I would say with the Two of Wands is like there's something that's is showing up, and even though I'm saying purity, it's like you're seeing something, you've taken made a move, you're moving, and you're seeing like what is next. It's like typically in other decks, it's like there is looking out into the future, and it's like sending out and viewing what else is next, basically. Because I'm looking at this wand and it's like there's a sense of a newness, of freshness, of moving into a new you, a new way of looking, a new way of being, but also looking into the future. Because I'm just seeing, looking at this window, and it's like clearing the way. And maybe the way has been a little bit, because it's opaque. And maybe you haven't been able to fully see clearly about what is, the future. Which at the moment, you can't really, it may be that you can't really see the future because it's like there may be a few things going on, but that's because there is certain steps that are needing to be taken. So, but it's been staying in that sense because I'm feeling, and sensing that this is about staying of pure mind, of pure, as well as in setting that intention that the way is clear. This is going to happen, and every time you take a step, it's the way is clear for the next step to take. So, and just trusting your intuition. Yeah. Okay, because there's the Five of Swords. It's negativity. Generally, with the fives, there is some sort of negativity around, but it's like I just feel like it's negativity around you. So it's kind of, and it may not, I kind of feel like this is a little bit more than a week, but this could happen in a week, in the next 2 weeks, and maybe in this next month. So they're kind of expanding it out. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's something coming up. But then the Chariot comes up, and the Chariot is, it's about making a decision as well. So there may be, you may be feeling like you're going off your path, and then, because there's the left and the right, and in other decks there's the two horses pulling, a chariot or drawing a chariot, and one horse is going that way, one horse is going that way. So there's kind of maybe a little bit of imbalance that's going in there, but it's coming back, and it's like maybe the thing is, and you may be feeling like you're going off path with this, because of this negativity or something, and you don't want to go off path, but the Chariot is saying, like, make a decision. And it may be that you are not, and I feel like it's trying to tell you that with, for some of you it is definitely making a decision, and some of you it's really, you may be actually still on par, but it's just carrying on with the path of where you're going, because I feel like for a lot of you something is working, or you haven't got all the clues yet, so you can't make a full decision. So your decision may be just to stay on the path that you're on now, and not allowing other people's influences saying, oh, this isn't working, so just and so that's kind of what sparks it up. But it's like, just keep going. And sometimes it gets to that point, with certain things. I've been there myself a few times, where we get to a point, and it's where, and you've put all this energy in it, this time in it, and this and money into it, and that's in that sort of sense, and study, that learning about it, and then we kind of like pull back from it. We don't go across that benchmark that is there, and everything sometimes becomes too hard, and through the influences and words from others. But it's like, where does it sit for you? And it's making an honest decision for yourself, and it's about honoring yourself and making sure you're making that decision based on, for you. And it's kind of like, so it's not about giving up. It's, it's about, you may be required to let it go. But some of you, I feel like it's not necessarily that. It's knowing, it may be that you're needing to keep going to push past that, and knowing that actually I just need a little bit more time, blah, 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 blah. And it's kind of like keeping and going. I just need to tick, because it's going to happen. And they're just talking about, with some people, sometimes there is a misconception that, or we have to wait it out for maybe 6 months, it maybe take a year, depending on what you're doing. So it may be that you're needing to review how much effort you're putting into it, as far as maybe marketing, or how much, energy you're putting into the relationship, if this is a relationship for you. It just depends on what is going on for you, or if this is about study, or if this is about building your business, or, you know, investing, or buying a property, or something like that, some sort of project that you're working on. And like I say, some of you is maybe already in a business, and it may be that it's shifting and you're reneging against it, or you're not going with the flow of it. Yeah, but I'm just hearing compassion, seeing it with this three of wands there. So there's some sort of compassion that's coming through there. Be compassionate with yourself, and stop beating yourself up, and also be compassionate to others, but mostly yourself. Okay, not to beat yourself up too much. Because I feel like if you are, you're beating yourself up because you're thinking about what others may be thinking about you or the situation, and not thinking about your long-term goal and the commitment you made towards it to make this happen or make a change in your life. So it's about weighing all those things up. So going back to the 8 of Cups, there's that infinity sign there. In the 7 of Cups, there are some dreams there. So it's like right back in the beginning. It's not let fear hold you back from it, you know, from whatever it is that you're wanting to do, be, give, and have in your life. And who do you want to do, be, give, and have, you know, in your life as well. Cool. Whoa. So the last 2 there, 3 there, yeah, we've got the 2 of Worlds. Again, there's some sort of reflection going on there, so it might take you to that place. And then you've got the Moon, who is, you know, she's about intuition, so and helps. The Moon brings out, you know, as you know, if you're into the Moon, there's a lot of secrets and mysteries that are uncovered or revealed when she comes out and lifts the energy of the Moon, lifts everything up and plonks it down to get us to have a look at it. But she's coming through, and she's also, like with she helps us to clear all that stuff away so we can better see, feel, hear, do, and listen, as in listening to our intuition. In that sense, to open it, clear all that stuff away so we can, you know, get to the truth of what it is for ourselves. And then we have the 6 of Worlds, which is pretty cool too, because this card talks about synergy. So things, you know, there's a bit more, everything start to become a little bit more synergistic, basically. So, and, you know, and flow a little bit better, or come together and working together, and like, yeah, I could just see everything's starting to fit into place. There's a sort of understanding with the 6 of Worlds in here, the 6 of Swords. So it's starting to like, oh yeah, even with all this kerfuffle and that with the 5 of Swords, it's kind of like, you know, tips everything upside down. I mean the 5 of Pentacles. But there seems to be a little bit more knowing, like these, yeah, coming together basically to you. It's like it's coming to you basically, because everything, like I feel like that's the world in the middle, or the earth in the middle. I'm feeling earth, world, but everything is like is being drawn to you. So it's kind of like, and you have freedom of choice as to what it is that you want to accept and what you don't want to accept. Just saying. Okay, cool. Now I just want to go to these energy oracle cards. Here. Wow, I feel like I've been doing a whole lot of talking. I have been doing a whole lot of talking, I just say, I thought, I know. So there may be a little bit of talking that you may be needing to communicate a bit more with certain people, and like what it is you're really thinking. And it's, of course, you're going to be doing that in a love, peace, harmony, joy way. And it's like, but it's more, you know, because it's like you're wanting to learn or know or figure out something. It's kind of, something's not not quite adding up. And I'm not saying that it's in a negative way, or it's more in a it's a positive way as well. But you're just just curious as to it's like, what's going on? So you know, I can feel something's like coming, or you know, coming either way. Okay, appreciation. Okay, it's 15 in the deck, so there's that sense of this new beginning as well. Ones is always about, you know, being one with all and knowing that, appreciating oneself, being with oneself. So there may be a sense of oneness with self as well as a new beginning in some way or form. That could be a new beginning for you, and or a rebirth. But 5 is about energy. So it's like, you know, I think we might have talked about that as being energy. Everything is energy and vibration. So if we are, you know, like if we're wanting to, if you're going to be an asshole, then you're probably going to have a lot of asshole people around you, because it's like, or you create that energy yourself. Even if you don't have asshole people around you, people are not going to like you because you're an asshole, you know. And you know what it's like if there's asshole people around you, a person, you will not, you know, tend to not really hang around that person. So it's kind of, so being mindful about what sort of energy you're going to push people away, or you're going to, which is a kind of, or you're going to magnetize them to you because of the way that you are. So it's just being mindful about what actions you take. That's kind of like a bigger out there loud one, but just as an example. But then if you're like feeling like, if you are more, you know, putting out a loving energy, and you are, you know, you're connecting with people from a love-based energy, same thing as like you're going to attract more people and supportive, that are supportive of you, and it's just, you know, and they're going to help you, and they're going to give you back that, send you back that same vibration. So that's kind of where they're going, but there's whatever it is, but there's a sense of appreciation about that. And I feel like they really like drawing it back to you as an individual, appreciation of yourself from where you've come from, from where you've been to where you are now, and the growth that you've made. Even though for you, you may be thinking, oh, well, I haven't done that much, but it's like, I feel like it's just even appreciating that much. Okay, cool. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there with you, Taurus. So lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure from myself, from my amazing spiritual team, from the intergalactic and multi-dimensional energies who are working with myself and the team, and also from the energy of Taurus. So we leave you with love. Bye for now, and we'll see you next Monday. Hopefully everything is going to be on time again. So because today is Tuesday, the 11th of November, I'm running a little bit behind. Anyway, we'll see you next Monday. Bye for now.